All right, this video today is special for my baseball and softball players out there. I've got some tips I want you to follow through this, and at the end, I'm going to give you an actual hashtag that you can just type in and send stuff, but also be able to see all the different videos we're going to put together on this series. You've got downtime right now. You don't have your regular practices. What I worry about is during this time, you're not doing what you need to prepare yourself to get ready. Second thing I worry about are those coaches out there that mean well, but will be anxious to get you back in when we get released and everybody's back on track. But you haven't prepared, you haven't been throwing, you haven't been doing what you need to do to strengthen and keep mobility strong. I'm worried the injury rates are going to go through the roof on your elbows and shoulders. So let's start with a basic one. First, get yourself, if you don't already have it, some tubing, the handle on it that you can get into it. What I've done with these is I take and I cut them in half. Go down to Home Depot, I get myself a hook, and I get a little zip tie on there, loop it, zip tie, pull tight. That way when you get to the field, you can just clip it on a fence, pull that out. We're going to do an external rotation. It's very important we work on our posterior chain, the muscles in the back of the shoulder that work to keep that arm strong. Once you throw and release, that arm doesn't pull out and dislocate or cause other strain. If we're strong enough, it actually decelerates and stops as we throw. You don't notice it, but it keeps you from throwing that arm out, that it holds it strong enough to handle that stress. So we're going to do a base external rotation. So what I want you to do is you go out to a part you need to. It's going to be clipping just above the hip or basically low rib cage. We're going to do an external rotation. Here's what I want you to try though first. Get that in tight. As you roll out, we're wanting to make sure that that wrist stays just above the elbow. We don't want it to drop down. It becomes a tricep exercise. So we rotate out. I want you to pause and bring it back in nice and controlled. The other thing, if you can see from the side, when I get this position coming out, I'm not letting the wrist move out to seem like I'm going further. I keep that wrist nice and tight to get the stretch. So we go out till we feel it. Usually we have that elbow just away from it. You can put a towel under if you like. We don't want it cranked in, so we got a weird angle, but just keep it more relaxed. If you throw a towel underneath, that puts you in a perfect spot as well if you need that. But it's a slow, controlled motion. I'm doing typically 12 to 15 each side, even my non-throwing arm, because what happens a lot with our throwers, they go over and over. You think how many times you throw with that one side. We start to overdevelop certain muscles in the back and shoulders and traps compared to the other. Now, what kind of stress is that going to put throughout your neck, especially as you get older like me? So we want to make sure it's strong, can handle the stress for the sport, but also later so you have a healthy spine as well. So take a look at those both. Also, we take a look at our guys that throw, guys and girls alike. Their dominant arm tends to be stronger in a certain range of motion, but that posterior chain we tend to be weak. So I have some of my kids that we test, and they can only pull out a little bit. They can't go out all the way. They're too tight. They don't have the mobility. They don't have the strength. Pulling in, they're super strong. But that counterbalance activity, they're weak. So I want you guys to do me a favor for this. One, comment, questions, tag, get this information out to your coaches, other athletes, and parents so we can keep them safe in this process also. Next thing I want you to do is you're going to follow this hashtag SOA ArmCare. I want you to try some of these drills as well, and whether it's on your Instagram or whatever you put onto it, then put that hashtag in there or tag Strength of America. I want to see what you're doing. I'll be able to critique, throw some things into you. We could talk a little bit more about how to care for it, what to do, mechanics. Let's make sure when you're released and you're ready to go, you're actually ready to go. You're the healthy ones out there. You get that starting position. You keep your arm healthy so you can handle the stress of your baseball and softball season coming up. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you're following us. You like, subscribe wherever you're seeing this, and get that hashtag SOA ArmCare out there. And let's keep everybody healthy and ready for a great, dominant season.